Hello and welcome to Easton News. My name is Joseph Taft, replacing Abby Kitchenham.
And I'm Jack Ryan, and today is Friday, February 17th, 2023.
Foundry Street and Norton Avenue Water Main Replacement Project began the week of February 6th, 2023, and will continue through the spring of 2023. Work involves replacing the existing water mains on Foundry Street from Old Foundry Street to Norton Avenue and on Norton Avenue from Foundry Street to Old Foundry Street. Work will begin on Foundry Street from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, weather permitting. 2 lanes of traffic will be maintained where possible, but residents and motorists should be prepared for intermittent lane closures during working hours. If you have any questions, please contact the DPW at 508-230-0800.
On March 4th at 3 p.m., ECAT, with partnership of the Ames Free Library and the Easton Shoveltown Cultural District, will host Rock That Crown. We will have the 2023 Miss Upstate New York and local author Kennedy Campbell to celebrate her new children's book, Crown Act. The book advocates for people being allowed to live with dignity and justice by creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. The event will be held at the Queeset House at 51 Main Street, North Easton from 3 to 4:30. This event is for all ages and abilities. Complimentary refreshments will be provided.
2023 dog licenses are now available online. To license online, search by dog ID number or enter your last name, street name, and/or dog name. Residents will only be able to use the online dog licensing service if the rabies certificate that is on file in the town clerk's office is current at the time of licensing. To update your rabies certificate on file, please email a copy to townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us. Again, that is townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us, and allow a few business days for internal processing before attempting to license online. Please note that the bank charges 50 cents to pay by electronic check, and there is a $1 postage and handling fee for each online license issued. Dog licenses and tags will be mailed directly to you. After the break, find out how to get clean water.
And how to help with your taxes and heating costs.
This is Easton News.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of For the Love of Words.
After a 3-year hiatus, join me, John Holgerson, and
Priscilla Almquist Olsen,
as we interview poets and musicians.
Could you give the audience a little summary of your background as a child?
When I turned 7 or so, we were car bombed. That stuck out.
And have them share their love of words.
Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
a thin broth of moonlight caught in the trees spreads across the garden brush, so one side of every stick shimmers while the other sides melt into one another, a mass grave of cherry, pear, and pine.
For the Love of Words at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Don't have time to sit down and watch ECAT programs? Don't worry, ECAT has got you covered. That's right, ECAT has
Podcasts!
Yes! ECAT Podcast Channel has your favorite shows that you could listen to. Whether you want to chill and listen to the Ron Van Dam Show and hear him talk about what's bothering him that day, or the show hosted by local legends Stephanie Weinstein and Meredith Keach, where they talk about anything and everything, or take a listen to the weekly news hosted by Jack Ryan and Abby Kitchenham. Stay tuned in with Tiger Talk hosted by Oliver Ames students. Community Forum is where their host Priscilla talks about all things Easton. Easton residents can also find government meetings about various topics. You can find the podcast on Podbean and all your favorite podcast platforms. Just by searching ECAT or the ECAT podcast, you can find it all. The ECAT podcast channel is powered by Podbean, so either in the car ride or walking around town, you can always catch what's going on with ECAT. Happy listening!
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist Olsen, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people, and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
The Easton Water Division has installed a self-service water filling station to provide water with levels of PFA S6 below 20 nanograms per liter to those in sensitive subgroups. That's pregnant or nursing women, infants, and people diagnosed by their healthcare provider to have a compromised immune system, as well as other concerned residents. The filtration station is located on the side of the Water Division building at 417 Bay Road. The station can fill water containers up to 5 gallons.
Welcome back to Easton News. The Are You OK free telephone calling service provides peace of mind for both the individual and their family. The program provides reliable, daily phone assurance and the security a person may need to maintain their independence. The program is designed for seniors, disabled persons, and shut-ins living in Bristol County. The Bristol County Sheriff's Department will make a telephone call to an individual's home at approximately the same time each day. If no one answers, the Sheriff's Department will call back shortly. If no one answers the second time, the police department will be called immediately to check on the individual's status. Enroll today at 508-994-8932 or toll free at 888-809-8932.
Frothingham Hall will once again be hosting AARP tax preparation on Tuesdays and Thursdays between February 7th and April 13th. The guidelines are for serving low to moderate income taxpayers who cannot afford to pay professional tax preparers. Appointments are a first-come, first-served basis. Once appointment dates and times are filled, no additional appointments will be added. This year, you will meet with a preparer for the duration of your appointment, not drop off like last year. Lastly, as a reminder, these appointments are limited and do book up very quickly. To book your appointment, please call 508-230-0690, extension 1.
Could you use some additional help this year, paying for heating, fuel, transportation, or food costs? At the annual town meeting in 2020, residents voted to adopt a local option under MGL Chapter 60, Section 3F to establish a Veterans Assistance Fund. This fund, known as the SERV Fund, can provide eligible veterans or surviving spouses up to $1,400 per year, depending on fund availability at time of application. As part of the rollout of the SERV Fund, the town is directing $100,000 of American Rescue Plan Act funding to immediately provide assistance to qualifying veterans and families. This support comes in addition to $150,000 of ARPA funds directed toward the Taxation Act Aid Committee Fund as part of the town's broader ongoing efforts to provide direct financial assistance to residents in need. Eligibility criteria is 80% of the area median income guidelines. Easton residency and proof of veteran status is required. For more information on this and many other ways the Easton Department of Health and Community Services support our community, please visit the Town of Easton Health and Community Services webpage. Applications are also available at Frothingham Hall, 15 Barrow Street. If you would like to donate to this fund, please make checks payable to Town of Easton SERV Fund. That is SERVE Fund.
Nomination papers for the annual town election to be held on Saturday, April 22nd are available at the town clerk's office, with the deadline being 5 p.m. on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. The election calendar with candidate deadlines, the position on the ballot, and a complete candidate packet are available on the town's website. Interested candidates are invited to call 508-230-0530 or email townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us with questions.
Open burning season began January 15th and runs until May 1st. A permit is required to open burn in compliance with Massachusetts law. Easton residents can apply for open burning permits online. To submit an application, your name, street, address, and phone number are required. Residents must request authorization for a residential burn on each day they wish to burn. Residents are not asked to call the department's administrative offices to request a burn. All requests must be made online.
Violations of the permit requirements, open burning law, and/or open burning regulations will be grounds for permit revocation. According to the Massachusetts law, anyone found burning without a permit may be subject to criminal charges, the punishment for which is a fine up to $500, plus the cost of suppression or imprisonment for up to 1 month or both. Burning must be done between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on January 15th to May 1st, at least 75 feet away from all dwellings and as close as possible to the source of the material being burned. Residents are allowed to burn brush, cane, driftwood, and forestry debris, agricultural materials including fruit tree and bush prunings, raspberry stalks, and infected beehives for disease control, trees and brush from agricultural land clearings, fungus-infected elm wood if no other acceptable means of disposal is available. Residents may not burn leaves, Brush, trees, cane, or driftwood from commercial or industrial land clearings, grass, hay, leaves, stumps or tires, construction materials or demolition debris, or household trash.
You can help prevent wildland fires by burning early in the season. Wet and snowy winter conditions help hinder the rapid spread of fire on or under the ground. Changing weather conditions and increased fire danger in spring can lead to many days when open burning is not allowed. April is usually the worst month for brush fires. When snow recedes but before new growth emerges, last year's dead grass, leaves, and wood are dangerous tinder. Winds also tend to be strong and unpredictable in April. For more information on open burning in Massachusetts, visit mass.gov.
Friday, March 10th from 4 to 7 p.m., pop by the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Massachusetts after work to pursue a variety of books for sale. Langwater Farm will be joining, offering wood-fired pizza for all to enjoy. The book sale will continue the following day on Saturday, March 11th from 10 to 3, with 100% of the proceeds going towards the animals. They will be accepting donations of books throughout February. The APCSM is also offering a pet CPR and first aid class May 21st at 10 a.m. The cost of the program is $55, and both events will be at the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Massachusetts. It is located at 1300 West Elm Street Extension in Brockton, Massachusetts. This week, we feature our pet of the week that needs help finding their forever home. This week, our pet is Tuka Rask, and we have Katie from the APCSM to show off Tuka Rask in our feature here.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm from the Animal Protection Center. Today we have Tuka Rask. Tuka Rask is a 3-year-old domestic short-haired calico cat. She is a really sweet girl. She's a spayed female. She has all of her vaccines, microchip rabies. She has everything. She would benefit from a house probably with no young kids, as she can be a little sassy at times, and no other animals. She's not a big fan of any other animals in her new home. She was a transfer from the Boston Animal Care and Control, so we don't have a ton of information about her. But what we do know is, again, she just isn't a big fan of other animals, and probably an adult-only home if possible. This sweet girl is available for adoption, so you can fill out an adoption application on our website at apcsm.org.
Wow. All I have to say about that, Jack, is somebody needs to bring Tuka Rask home. That is an adorable cat.
I wish I could be the one to bring him home myself.
Seriously. Oh my goodness. So, just so you all know, the Ames Free Library is holding an event to create ice cream cones with yarn and paper. While it may not be exactly ice cream social weather outside, kids can use their imagination. Recreate this classic summer treat with yarn pom-poms and paper cones. Then hang them up inside while we dream of warmer weather. Kids ages 8 to 12 are invited to register. Creating pom-poms requires careful attention to detail. Parents, please be prepared to lend your child a helping hand or two if needed.
Before drifting off to dreamland, make a cozy little detour at the library. At 6:30 p.m. on the fourth Monday of every month, join Miss Alicia for Pajama Storytime. This event includes books, rhymes, and lullabies to help you wind down your evening. Pajama Storytime will last about 30 minutes, ending with a seasonal mindfulness exercise. This program is designed to engage children of various ages. Families with children of any age are welcome to attend. Pajamas and stuffed animals are encouraged but not required. The next event date is February 27th at 6:30 p.m.
If you love beading, or if you're interested in a meditative act of creation, head on over to the Library Beaders Group. Their goal is to have endless fun while learning new techniques and sharing tips and resources. Classes normally take place on the third Monday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Queesit House. However, due to President's Day, February's meeting will take place on Monday, February 27th. Meetings are free and open to all. If you have any questions, feel free to email Jerry at friars1981@yahoo.com.
The Ames Free Library has a Zoom Writers Group. The Zoom Writing Group is a friendly group of new and experienced adult writers of all genres. They meet twice a month on the second and fourth Monday of every month from 3 to 4:30 p.m. to discuss writing, read what each other are working on, and give each other support and feedback. Each meeting, they have a 15-minute free write based on a prompt and a short discussion on some element of the writing. To find out how to join our next Zoom meeting, contact Beverly at beverly.post@comcast.net.
The Ames Free Library Wiggleworms meet every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Best for mobile toddlers Wiggle Worms feature songs, rhymes, and a story or two to keep little ones engaged. This program is held by Miss Alicia and runs for about 30 minutes. No registration is required and all families are welcome. To keep us comfy and warm, Wiggle Worms will meet in the children's room throughout the winter. Come spring, they will be moving back outside to the garden on sunny days. Please contact kids@amesfreelibrary.org with any questions or concerns.
The Ames Free Library has a Dungeons and Dragons Club. Teens, do you want to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you want to make new friends and have lots of fun? Well, join the Dungeon Master Clarence from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. every other Tuesday beginning February 7th, 2023 in the Queesit House for the new Dungeons and Dragons Club. All you need to bring is a notebook or some paper, a pen or a pencil, a set of dice, and your imagination. No registration is required.
Your 7-day forecast and sports recap are still ahead.
Stay tuned for some outside adventures with owls and what secrets you can find in stone walls. You're watching Easton News.
In 2023, Easton is a tight-knit community of 25,000 people. But with the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to forget our past. A time when Easton's population was 6,000.
Everybody knew who everybody
and
everybody was.
And there was respect.
There was respect for everyone.
When kids enjoyed great freedom and independence.
Everybody was poor at today's standards, but we all were in the same boat and we enjoyed life.
So join me, Priscilla Almquist Olsen, as I explore what makes Easton so very special with some of its lifetime residents.
I think Easton has so much to offer. And if you're living in a community, you have to know it.
Watch Growing Up in Easton Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. See you then.
The Hockomock Film Festival is open for submissions. This high school film festival is open to any student residing or attending a school in the Hockomock League. A competition-based film festival, the Hockomock Film Festival encourages students to be creative, have fun, and work collaboratively while creating unique films. The Hockomock Film Festival was originally founded in 2002 as the Easton Film Festival. The founders recognized that there was a broader opportunity and reconstituted it to include 13 neighboring towns of the Hockomock League. These towns include Canton, Easton, Foxborough, Franklin, Mansfield, Milford, Norfolk, North Attleboro, Plainville, Sharon, Stoughton, Taunton, and Wrentham.
Festival categories include drama, documentary, and PSA. Submissions to the festival are due May 19th, and an award ceremony will be held on June 9th. The Hockomock Film Festival is an Easton Community Access Television production and is supported in part by a grant from the Canton, Stoughton, Sharon, Franklin, and Mansfield Cultural Councils, local agencies which are supported by the Mass Cultural Council, a state agency.
The Covenant Congregational Church in Easton will be holding an event Thursday, February 23rd through Sunday, February 26th. It will feature a gospel choir with noted director Linda Brown and San Martin, a soloist, composer, and educator for over 5 decades. Events will be Saturday, February 25th, a workshop for all ages from 2 to 4 p.m. On Sunday, February 26th, there will be a workshop for all ages from 9 a.m. through our worship service at 10:30 a.m. It will be held at the Covenant Congregational Church, Easton, Mass., 204 Center Street.
Sunday, February 19th at Borderland State Park is the Owl Prowl program at 5 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. Meet at the Visitor Center. Pre-registration is required. Discover the owls that can be found in New England. Learn some owl calls, and then take a 1 to 2 mile hike to try and hear or maybe see an owl or two. After the program, they will have an owl pellet dissection activity available inside the Visitor Center. Dress for the weather. Space is very limited.
Borderland State Park has an upcoming 1 mile walk. February 23rd is Stonewall Secrets. Curious about the stone walls that crisscross the forests of New England? Learn who made these stone walls in a moderately paced 1 mile walk on a hilly, rocky route. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., stop by the Newcomb Visitor Center at the Borderland State Park to learn about the Ames family and the construction of the Borderland estate through a series of photographs. This is a self-guided tour. To learn more about Borderland State Park events, call 508-238-6566 or email borderland.park@state.ma.us.
Now we send it to Adam Carreiro for the upcoming 7-day weather forecast.
This is your weekly 7-day weather forecast. Friday starts off with rain, then starts to clear, but overnight rain does come back. The temperature stops to drop off after and goes from near record high to cooler seasonal temps, but it does stay sunny for the first half of the holiday weekend. Sunday recovers to the 50s, but stays cloudy, and the Monday holiday could be scattered rain, so keep an eye out for it. For the week, the temperature stays around seasonal temps, which the rainstorm that comes this Wednesday might have wintry mix depending on the lows of the day. With the change of the jet stream, winter might make a small appearance for the end of February. I'm Adam Carreiro for your weekly 7-day weather forecast.
Do you want to learn how to decorate cakes or cupcakes? Join Carabith of the Carabith Creation in Basics of Cake Decorating, Buttercream 101 at Frippery Crafters Collective and Studio. This class will teach you the basics to create amazing desserts from items baked at home or even store-bought baked goods. Carabith has been decorating cakes since her grandmother taught her at the age of 6, perfecting her skills over the last 30 years, including teaching at Joann's and getting Wilton certified. In this intensive 4-hour class, you will receive all the supplies needed with instructions on how to use them, learn how to make buttercream frosting, and be taught the basic piping and coloring skills. At the end of the class, you will have 4 cupcakes you decorated yourself to take home. Class will be held Sunday, February 26th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a maximum of 10 people. Learn more at frippery.us.
We Do Care will be holding their We Do Care Mardi Gras Gala on March 4th. Hors d'oeuvres start at 6 p.m. at 20 Pleasant Street in Millis, Mass. To purchase tickets, go to tinyurl.com/WeDoCareGala2023. This event is benefiting We Do Care Grief and Loss, Inc., helping widows become warriors.
The Easton Boy Scout Troop 42 will be hosting a spaghetti dinner on Sunday, March 12th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Covenant Congregational Church, that's 204 Center Street in Easton. Tickets are available online, in person, from a Troop 42 Scout or at the door. Tickets are $8 per person or $30 for a family for up to 4 people. Your dinner will include all-you-can-eat spaghetti with sauce, meatballs, garlic bread, drinks, and dessert. There will also be a silent auction with themed gift baskets.
Join data privacy expert Claire McKay Bowen Wednesday, February 22nd at Stonehill College as she discusses the art of data privacy. Learn about the risks of exposed data and how to efficiently manage your confidential material. Join in person or virtually for a presentation followed by a sit-down interview. To register, go online to stonehill.edu or scan the QR code on your screen now. All right, everybody, it's about that time again for your weekly ECAT sports recap, so let's get into it. This week, we will get it started with girls basketball as Canton came to the Nixon Gym to face OA on the 9th. Tiger freshman Cameron Durba scored a game-high 20 points in this one. Canton kept it close throughout. Durba was able to drive the dagger home, nailing a late 3, which led the Lady Tigers to victory, 47-32. They then traveled to Sharon on the 14th for a Valentine's Day matchup. The Eagles got off to a strong start, but Sarah Hilliard and Avery Gamble combined for 10 in the second quarter. OA took a 2-point lead into halftime. The fourth quarter was a shootout. Durba had 6 in the frame, and the team finished 13 out of 15 from the free throw line. The Lady Tigers also took this one 65-58 and find themselves over 500 for the first time this year. Keep it going, girls. OA boys basketball traveled to Canton on the 10th. Oliver Ames staked a 2-point lead after a quarter and a 4-point advantage at halftime. But the Bulldogs held the visitors to single digits in the third and pulled even 34-34 going into the fourth quarter. With just under 20 seconds to go, Oliver Ames nearly intercepted a pass, but the deflection bounced to Canton and a quick bucket put Canton up 47-45 with 12.2 to play. OA sophomore Cole Craffey had a game-high 16 points, and freshman Soren Lalonga added 12 of his own, but OA fell 47-45 in this one. On Valentine's Day, the Eagles came to town. Sharon couldn't have scripted a better start, opening with a 24-0 run that gave the Eagles all the separation they would need. Sharon just couldn't miss, sinking 4 threes in the opening 8 minutes. 5 different Eagles got in on the early scoring affair. OA sophomore Cole Craffey, senior Chris Elias, and freshman Soren Lalonga chipped in with 13, 12, and 11 points respectively, but ultimately couldn't complete the comeback, falling 79-51. Wednesday night, Oliver Ames traveled to Abington to compete in the second annual Don Byron Memorial Basketball Classic. This event was started in honor of former OA and Abington coach Don Byron, who lost his battle with cancer in 2021. Both teams come together each year to honor their former coach. OA trailed by only 2 at the half, but could only come up with 8 points in the third, ultimately leading to a 69-57 defeat at the hands of the Green Wave. The boys will finish their season against Foxborough on the 17th. OA hockey celebrated their senior night on the 11th against Lexington. Lexington scored with 8:04 to go in the first period, but OA responded in just 14 seconds to knot the game up at 1. This connection was Brendan Teahan to his brother Sean for the goal. Tigers got their second behind the stick of senior captain Sean McCarthy, but Lexington quickly responded to this with a relatively quick goal as well. With the score tied 2-2 at the end of one, fans probably expected to be in for a high-scoring affair. But that would not be the case. It wasn't until the start of the third that Lexington was able to break the tie once more. They took the 3-2 lead and held OA until the end of regulation to come out with the win. The boys will wrap up their regular season with matchups against Plymouth South on Saturday, the 18th, and Westwood Monday, the 20th.
Thank you for watching Easton News. This has been Jack Ryan. And do you know what the Statue of Liberty stands for?
And Joe Taft, I believe it's because it couldn't sit down. Thank you for watching Easton News.